It's time for the I Hustle podcast here on Infamous Radio.
What's up, everybody? This is Chef 24/7, and this is the I Hustle podcast. This is a place where like-minded individuals come together, sit here, talk philosophy, converse, and have a good time overall. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. And today, as always, I have a guest, a special guest. I love this woman here, and we here to talk about something real important. So, it is my pleasure. It is my honor, and I am very grateful to have Miss Carolyn of Healing Hearts on my side right here. So y'all make sure y'all make some noise. I know y'all hear the sound effect clip, but I know y'all listening to it. Make sure y'all clap it, because this woman here, she got a big heart. What's up, Miss Carolyn?
What's going on?
I am chilling.
I am excited to be here. Any opportunity that I get a chance to share, I am excited.
Well, that's good. Well, today's topic goes into your line of work, your mission in life, as I'm going to put it like that.
Okay.
Today's topic is mental health in the Black community. The importance of mental health in the Black community.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
Yes. So the way the show go, I normally break down 3 segments.
Mm-hmm.
So this our first segment, about 7 to 8 minutes of a good conversation. But I'm going to do something a little different today.
Okay.
Because I want you to talk about the importance of Black mental health, because I know that you deal with it on a personal basis, not only in your personal life, but along with helping others.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to elaborate on that, on the importance of Black mental health. Why is it important? Especially in this day and age, we are people who are known to be oppressed. And I mean, this is for anybody. It's for anybody. But I just want to target the Black community today, because we don't take the mental health as everybody else.
And you're absolutely right. The conversation is had so much now, but I think that during COVID, the Black community started coming around a little bit as far as mental health and focusing on mental health. If you could look at it, a lot of people started doing a lot of holistic stuff and drinking teas and just detoxing their bodies. But a lot of them also found that it was detoxing their minds. And, in the Black community, it's a stigma. We're not going to talk to anybody about our problems. We're going to keep it in the household. We're not going to talk about it. You may share with the pastor, but then again, the pastor really doesn't understand everything that's basically going on in your household or in your community. And let's just face it, they're not going to tell everything. Okay. Sure. So it's very important that we as African Americans, we as the Black culture, relax and trust and find. See, that's it right there. Trust. If we can't trust you, then we're not going to share our story with you. And so that's why it's so important that you find somebody that you can trust and you can share your innermost feelings that you're going through. Because if you don't, then it brings on a whole different level. It's not just your mind that's going to be affected by it. It's going to be your body, your whole total body. You will start having pains and stuff that will come into your body that you really don't really understand. But if you're not addressing your mental issues, then it's going to affect your heart, your cholesterol, stroke.
Right.
You understand? And so I just think that as a community, if we can just push that more, it's getting better than what it was. It really is. It's getting better than what it was.
And that's true. And I honestly have to agree. You see a lot more people out spreading awareness for mental health.
Yes.
A lot of different organizations. But let's say somebody don't trust that. Like you just said, a lot of people are scared to talk. They don't trust just anybody with their information. As you say, find somebody that you can trust. Explain how important that is in a mental health structure, that you don't necessarily have to find a licensed psychiatrist, but
right.
somebody who's qualified.
You're absolutely right, because if you look at me, I have my organization, Healing Hearts, and I touch so many people, men, women. But I'm not a licensed psychiatrist. I'm not a therapist. I'm just a vessel that God has chosen to be that person to where they feel comfortable to come to me and share. I can be in the grocery store. And I think it's an aura that you have on yourself. It's your light shining.
Right.
You understand? And I think it's my light that shines about me that people are drawn to me because I let them know up front, look, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I am a nurse that specializes in psychiatry. And so that makes it a little bit easier. It opens up the door for them to be able to feel comfortable. And I think another thing, Chef, is that we have to meet people exactly where they are.
True.
If you don't meet them exactly where they are, you go into the session with thinking that they're going to come out healed right away. They may not be. Like me, for instance. I've been on my journey of grief for 16 years. And so I'm at the acceptance stage. Whereas a lot of people don't ever make it to this stage.
No.
They don't make it because they shut down. They don't understand the things that they're going through. It's grief, number one. They don't understand it. They don't recognize it. They don't recognize the mental capacity of it that grief can bring on to them. And so that's why, it's like in my motto, it's like in my statement that you're going to have a safe, spiritual, confidential setting where you can just be you.
Right.
And just share and be you and talk about. And one thing that I learned and one thing that I know and one thing that I do a lot is I listen. You have to listen. In order to meet that person where they are, you have to listen. Because listening is going to be able to tell you exactly everything that they're going through and everything that they're trying to hide inside.
And that's true. That's honestly true. Like you said a mouthful, but you speaking the truth. Because honestly, like I say, we focusing on the black people, but think about it. People of other races, they find their mental health.
Yes, they do.
You know what I'm saying? You have some people confide in their family, spouses, friends, like they are taught by tradition.
Right.
Let's
keep it in the family. Don't go outside of this house talking about your business.
Right. And you have some people who just pay for the therapy.
Yeah.
But in our community, like you said, there's changes still coming, but some people still downplay it. They're afraid to talk, or they don't want to talk, or they feel that you're weak for talking, or you focusing on it too much and you holding on to it too much. Sometimes talking is going to set you free.
I don't like that. That statement that you just stated right there, that you're talking about it and you're focusing on it too much. Because I get that a lot with the grief sessions, about, well, I don't want to just keep talking about it over and over again. Well, it's not that. It's not that you're talking about it over and over again. Each session is going to be different because each session you feel different. And so you're going to be able to release whatever it is at that particular time. That session is not going to be like the other sessions. This session, you may be just really in denial all back over again. When we talk about them stages of grief, you may be back at anger. You may be angry with that person, or angry with the person that hurt your loved one, or angry that your loved one made the choices that they made. And so it is very important that, like I said before, that you meet each individual where they are and get to know them. And how you get to know them where they are is that you got to listen carefully, very carefully. I recently just did a session with a young lady, and I asked her, was she hearing voices? And she point blank told me, no, I'm not. And so I have an assessment that I do with each client that I meet with, and they fill it out. And so I get a chance to read over the assessment. And so, once I got to that part again, I asked her, I say, so you said you wasn't hearing voices. And she said, I'm not hearing voices. I said, okay, well, what do you like to do? She said, I would like to just be able to just go in my room and look at TV and not be bothered by people. And I said, you have your family that's in the room with you? She said, no. I said, you said you wasn't hearing voices.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And so what I did, I just talk
Because
with her and I listened.
the crazy thing about that is people immediately take that as a mental disorder, but everybody has their thoughts.
Yes,
Everybody deal with their thoughts. It's not necessarily a voice, it's your thoughts.
it's your thoughts.
It's you and your thoughts of what your thoughts are saying.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
That's
So
right.
look, we gonna cut to a short break. Like I say, we gonna come back. I'm just scared music, whatever gonna be played in between. Anyway, we gonna come back. I got more Miss Carolyn of Healing Hearts up in here, and we're gonna talk about healing hearts when we come back from this break. All right, I'll see y'all back again. I hustle.
I'm Bryce.
Bryce.
Cubby.
Bryce and Kobe, man, y'all come see these talented brothers, man. You see they out here jamming on the street. This real art right here. But I am back with Miss Carolyn from Healing Hearts, and I want to talk to you about Healing Hearts itself.
Okay.
I know Healing Hearts is a non-profit organization, correct?
Yes, it is.
And it goes to helping people who have dealt with trauma, loss, pain, pretty much any kind of mental health to an extent. Elaborate on that for us.
Well, basically, if I can say, Healing Hearts started because my son Chad died here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to violence in the streets. And so maybe 4 years after going through my depression and, not just wanting to leave Baton Rouge and just give up everything, but maybe 4 years after that, God led me to start my nonprofit organization, Healing Hearts. And so Healing Hearts was formed in 2011. We've been in existence now 12 years. And so the role that we basically play, we provide individual and group sessions with family members or individuals that want to schedule a session with me to discuss their grief. I'm kind of like an advisor. I'm kind of like a guide. I guide them along their journey because one thing about grief, it's something that's going to be with you always. It never leaves. It's with you always. And so it's very important that each individual knows that they have somebody walking their journey with them. And when they have someone walking their journey with them, it makes it even easier. And so along with that, we also do community events. We feed the homeless. We go out and we feed the homeless. I do inspirational speaking engagements anytime that I'm able to just share with individuals and mothers and fathers about depression, anxiety, because that touched home with me real bad because Chad was depressed a lot after my mom passed. And so being a mother, I thought it was enough. Being a mother, I was at that time I was in nursing school, had just got out of nursing school right when he died. And so by me thinking that me being a mother, and at that time I wasn't really too much into the psych, but I knew after he passed and the things that he went through, I knew that psych was the field that I wanted to be in because I wanted to help
Right.
other young men and young women that were going to be experiencing the same thing that he experienced. And so I try and speak a lot on the depression and on the anxiety and encouraging them to get help for their children, because us being mothers is not enough. It's
Right.
not enough.
And I definitely understand that.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a lot when you're trying to hold up your household,
Mm-hmm.
hold up, whatever relationships you got, and try to keep your children together and safe and mentally safe.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the fact is you can't protect your kids from the outside world.
No, you
You know.
can't. We want to, but we can't. We can't protect them, because you got to know that they're going to experience it. Whether you want them to experience it or not, they're going to experience the outside world.
So, you have this program. You helping people dealing with grief, emotional problems.
Mm-hmm.
After losing your son, you went in to study psychology, mental health field.
Mm-hmm.
How has Healing Hearts changed from its beginnings to now?
Oh, wow. Wow.
You've been around for
yes.
a little bit over a decade, right?
Yes.
12 years?
Yes, 12
See?
years.
Oh, I got my research down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow. When Healing Hearts first started, Chef, I knew I had the vision. I knew God had given it to me, but I actually didn't know what I was doing. But I had so many people that came into my life that led me and guided me along the way, that told me the do's and the don'ts of a nonprofit organization. But the most important thing that over the years that how Healing Hearts has changed is that I've seen mothers, from versus to when I started, mothers were didn't have the resources to go to.
Right.
And so mothers were more depressed and not willing to come out to the grief sessions, where I see now that mothers are more eager to come about. And so Healing Hearts has really grown in that area and helping mothers and fathers. And we also have helped families, so we've changed from, it initially started out just to be dealing with mothers and families that violence. Now we deal with loss of mother, loss of father, loss of a job, having problems in a marriage.
Yeah, I've called Miss Carolyn once or twice. Like, Miss Carolyn, look, I know I ain't in no Healing Hearts program, but I just need to talk to somebody, because I ain't got nobody to talk to. I mean, those who listen, who know me and follow my career, know I have PTSD. I've been dealing with depression my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I've dealt with a lot of traumatic experiences.
Yes.
Like losing my father at 5 years old, a 5-year-old being introduced to death.
Yes.
Through his father.
Yes.
Getting up for school and discovered him, and I understand what you're saying about mental health and like mothers, because me and my mom clashed
Mm-hmm.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I love my mama, and I feel like part of me feel like I know she loved me,
Mm-hmm.
but part of me felt like she hated me just as much as she might have loved me.
Right.
Right, because it didn't show as much as I felt like I needed it to show.
Mm-hmm.
But the deeper source of everything is she did what she could.
Yes.
She pretty much had a similar experience. She lost her mom at 7. She was born with messed up kidneys, so she was on dialysis.
Wow.
Young. She on dialysis for 22 years.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Having kids, losing a husband, trying to have a family, get yourself together, your health together, your
Mm-hmm.
mortality, and still trying to raise kids.
Yes, it's hard.
So it, like you say, it goes deeper than the individual. It goes deeper than the family. It's the legacy.
It kind of like in your instance was like a generational cycle that went around. Your mom experienced it, and so then it went around where you experienced it with your dad.
Right.
And so you would have thought that she would have been able to help you a little bit.
But she couldn't, because she didn't have nobody herself.
She didn't have any, and that's it.
It took me to lose her to revisit her life and look at it from her perspective,
Mm-hmm.
and to see that, hey, we wasn't so different. So how I'm able to break through my bad days is to live to live a life that I feel she would genuinely be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Something that she will see. I'm not. It's not for me. It's for to take care of my family.
Right.
It's to take care of everybody who I got a willing and able body. I can do this.
Right. Wait, I really feel like our life experiences prepares us for our future.
Makes sense.
You know, it does. The things that we've been through, we look at it like, oh, I'm just down in the dumps right now, and I'm going through this person died, or whatever. But if you actually look at it and look at it a little bit deeper than actually about the depth, what was it that God was preparing you for? Because each death is a different lesson.
Right.
Each death is going to prepare you for the next one and the next one. And you'll get to notice that as you go about these deaths, but not just that, as you go about the deaths, each death means something different, takes on a different meaning. Your mother death was different. Your father death was different. Your aunt, your uncles, every death is different.
You not lying. Ooh,
It's
especially
different.
recently. You is not lying.
Yes, because the death of my mom, you know, my mom passed from pancreatic cancer, and so I had a year to spend with her, to love on her and, you know, listen to her wishes and get her wisdom and her knowledge, whereas my son was taken from me.
Right.
It was traumatic because it happened, wasn't expecting that.
Right.
And so that was a totally different death. And then that's my child.
Right.
Any person that loses a child is totally different because
It's an empty feeling.
It's empty.
They can't go away.
It does not go away.
And I understand that as well.
It does not.
So we talked about the future because I know we're wrapping up this part, but I wanted to ask this last question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the future of Healing Hearts that you would like? And what would you like Healing Hearts' legacy to be?
Healing Hearts' legacy, I want to leave a legacy that people will know that I was truly the person that God chose for this. I truly was the vessel that they could go to and they could trust and they could just pour out their inner feelings to, and it wasn't going to go anywhere. I want them to know that I was the person that walked that journey with them. And my ultimate thing is to get everybody to the acceptance stage. Everybody doesn't make it. But that's my goal, because it's freedom in accepting that your loved one is with God.
You have a peace.
Yes, it's a peace that's you can't even begin to understand. And so, you know, the legacy, that's what I want to leave when I leave here. And I have so much greater expectations and so much greater things that I want to do with Healing Hearts. And so each year, I ask God to take me higher the next year. You know, and so I'm always, November is like the downtime. It gives me a chance to sit back and reflect on who I have touched throughout the year, what I could have did different. And so then December gives me the opportunity to prepare myself for January to start all over again.
See, I like that. Well, Miss Carolyn, the future is definitely looking bright for Healing Hearts.
It is. It is. You're going to hear our name all over the world. I promise you.
But we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to have our debriefing. I'm actually going to cheat a little bit. Miss Carolyn is going to play me in sudden death Uno. So we'll be back.
Good afternoon, church. This is Pastor Longwinded. Get my name right. Pastor out of the pocket Missionary Baptist Church, where the Republican that sits on the golden throne has still accepting campaign donations. Yes. Now, right now, we got some very special guests in the house. And I know y'all looking around because these the type of people you don't see in Pastor Longwinded Church. But they met Pastor Longwinded last week at a convention. And I said, hey, I'm Pastor Longwinded. And they said, hey, I'm Jan. And I'm Rob. And this is Sue. And this is Steve. And we all like the color green. And I said, you know what? Pastor Longwinded likes the color green. Come visit my church this Sunday. Please welcome our folks.
How y'all doing?
Hi, guys. Yes, and I've got a very special prep. Now, I need y'all to go find this vanilla-looking book. It's still a word, but we only have a couple of scriptures that we know from it. Go ahead and pull that one out, Dad, and dust it off. Yeah, we got special guests in here tonight. Pass them one. We
Thank
gonna
you, I
open up the
appreciate
book
it.
to the
You're
book
so
of John
nice.
Bon Jovi. I think that's that. Bon Jovi.
I
Book
love
of
that
Bon
Bon Jovi.
Jovi. Chapter
I
1,
love him.
verse 1, because this is about the only song we know.
Oh, this is my
Anyway.
jam.
Once upon a time.
Once upon
Not so
a time.
long ago.
Not so. Can I
You know,
do it?
sometimes it's not so long ago when you
That's
find
right.
out
I
what
can.
things gonna be what it's gonna be.
Come on.
Tommy used to work on a dock.
Tommy
used
used to
Julian
work on a
being
dock.
on a strike.
Yeah,
He's down on his luck. It's tough, so
Yeah.
tough. Gino works at the diner all day.
That's right.
Working for her man,
Yeah.
and she brings home her pay
Come
for
on,
love.
yes.
For love. Sometimes you
For
gotta
love.
love somebody. That's why when you love people,
I don't
you
know
come
if we
here
love
to
you,
our
Happy,
church.
but okay.
You know what I'm saying? Steve, Jan, Suze. Sometimes you gotta come here and put it in a collection plate. That's what we talk about. Working hard to put it in a collection plate. Now it says we gotta hold on to what we got. But I need y'all to give what y'all got to the collection
I got
plate.
my tab,
Amen.
baby.
Amen. Y'all pass the collection plate around.
Pass me some money right here, buddy. Yeah, get on.
Oh, I see you. There you go,
There
Steve.
you go.
Oh, we halfway there.
I'll bring it up there to him.
Oh, we living on a prayer.
Living on the prayer.
Take my hand, I swear.
Yeah,
Oh,
living
we
on a prayer, yeah.
Pass that collection.
Did I miss it? All right, we are back. So normally around this time, let me go to this camera. You get to see my little debriefing cube. I'm still working on some of them. I like Mardi Gras colors.
Okay.
So I normally let somebody roll,
You know, it's a New Orleans
and
thing.
I'll roll it in whatever it land on. We kind of like unwind because it's been good. We had intellectual conversation,
Yes.
interview, have a little fun at the end.
Always good to have
Yeah,
fun. Let's
so
have some fun.
normally I have parody songs, got a little Hustle Lives, which is Mad Libs. I got Petty Pat instead of Pity Pat. I don't know, I was having a moment. And of course, Uno. But Miss Carolyn says she does not know how to play Uno. So Miss Carolyn is familiar with Pity Pat. So in this debriefing, as a matter of fact, since she's not really a card player, we just gonna pick a random card.
Okay. That's that.
Lowest card wins.
The lowest card.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can pick out of any one.
Okay. I always believe in being first, so. But then the first, and then the first becomes the last. You know, the last becomes first. That's
and you
what
can pick any
that's
card,
what the
no matter
Bible
where it's
says.
at in the deck.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna go right here. Okay, we both picked the card.
Okay.
I'm gonna move these to the side. Let's see what we got. I got an ace. You got a 7. You won.
See? Did I tell you?
And they're like, well, Chef, how the ace could look? And if I'm playing spade, that ace always cut everything.
Always
I
cut.
go by spade book counting. Miss Carolyn, tell them how they can find you, love.
Oh, wow. You can find me on Facebook under Healing Hearts Grief Support Group. I'm also on Instagram under Healing Hearts Grief Support Group. Please just message me. If you would like to contact me, you can give me a call at 225-505-0015 to schedule a speaking engagement or to schedule a session to talk and share about your grief. I'm always available to listen.
Heard that. Any shout outs for you go, Miss Carolyn?
Oh, I just would like to just shout out, every individual that's out there that's trying to make a difference in the community, that's doing community work. I just would like to just tell you, don't give up. It may not appear like it's going to manifest, but just keep going. Just keep going and expect to have everything that you said that you wanted. Expect it, speak it, and wait for it to come.
Amen to that.
Yes.
Hey, Miss Carolyn, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much
normally
for
I do this
having me.
off camera, but as you see my little merch over here, so I wanted you to grab one of those nice little pins right there, and one of those keychains is yours. That is my
Okay.
token of thanks for coming to this show.
Thank
I be
you.
trying to practice it. All it made by hand. I've been practicing my little arts and
you're
crafts.
doing good. You're doing good.
I'm trying my best.
That's right. We do what we have to do. I understand.
And just in closing, just to let you know, that's actually part of my healing. My mother used to be over 500 pounds. So my mom lost weight, like walking and stuff, but she used to make her own clothes.
Wow.
She used to sew and stuff. So my mom was literally big on crafts. And recently, making clothes and doing the crickets and the sublimation, I've literally found that I have a similar passion for crafts as well.
Yes.
So it kind of make me, I feel close to her when I do
It was already in you.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the I Hustle podcast for the day. I appreciate y'all. Special shout out to Miss Carolyn of Healing Hearts. Y'all make sure y'all find Miss Carolyn, man. Anytime y'all need help, even if y'all going through a crisis and you just need somebody to talk to, hit her up. Healing Hearts. Is she right here? She go to her DM. Don't be nasty now. Don't be nasty.
No,
be respectful.
Yes.
Please be respectful.
Please do.
Don't be over there talking about Miss Carolyn Shalalala Ling Ling. No. She gonna put God on you.
I'm gonna put God on you.
Put God on you. And can't nobody trump God. So anyway, man. But y'all look for her, follow her, need help, talk to her.
Please
She's
reach
here.
out.
Till next time. God bless the cook. Have mercy on the dishwasher. Good night. Peace.
Goodbye.
Join us next week for the Christmas episode with a special Zoom call with comedian Slug Lucas of the River Parish.